we noticed in the Bible there's a lot of references, as we're going to see soon, the Samaritan woman. Again, she wasn't a Jew. That in the Gospels there are examples of non-Jews who have more faith than the Jews. And this is a great teaching that Christ is doing to show us not to have that pride even when we have the truth. Because they disdained, they had everyone as rubbish, except anyone that wasn't a Jew for them was like an animal. Of the 10 lepers, the 9 who were Israelites showed themselves to be ungrateful, while it was the Samaritan, an accursed foreigner, according to the Jews, who returned to voice his gratitude. The Samaritans were Assyrians, therefore, the Holy Fathers say, let no Gentile, let no pagan, despair. And let no one descended from holy forebears boast. In other words, let not those who are children of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, in other words, the Jews, let them not boast that only salvation is for them. The Jews were proud of being chosen by God, and their knowledge of God that surpassed that of all other nations on earth, because it was true. They had the fullness of but they had the truth to the measure that it was given by God in those times. But here is an example that shows their darkened minds and hardness of heart. An Assyrian, a pagan in other words, had a more enlightened mind and a nobler heart, a better heart, than the self-glorifying Jews. Glorifying, self-glorifying means that they were saying, we've got the truth, we've got the truth. And that exists today even in the Orthodox Church, that there are people who say continually, we have the truth, and the Catholics are this, and the Muslims are this, and the Buddhists are this, etc. But St. Nikolai is going to say something about that, which I think is coming up soon. Here it is. Sadly, this history is repeated in our day with the chosen and non-chosen. Today, some pagans have a more open mind and grateful heart towards God than very many Christians. Many Muslims and Buddhists, says St. Nikolai, can put many Christians to shame by their heartfelt prayers to God and their zeal, and their enthusiasm, in other words, the intensity of their thankfulness to Him. Of course, I would be very careful to say that, because people are going to say that I'm a heretic or something, so I use the fathers of the church, so that way I'm covered. Even though I still might get a rotten tomato, but that's the thing that today people don't want to hear that. Just like the Jews at the time didn't want to hear that others had more faith. But St. Nikolai is saying here that what's the point to be Orthodox and have the truth if you don't have any faith? What's the point in being Orthodox if you don't have any, if our hearts are not full of thankfulness towards God when He gives us these things? But yet we do see it in some of the others. The Samaritan had indeed believed, as had the other 9 lepers.